Todd Groden here, the co-president of the Communications Club at Life West Bellevue here with Dr. Stephen Silk. And welcome.
Thank you.
And it was very nice meeting you because I have this tie from Dr. Scott Rosa, Atlas Orthogonal, and you said you do upper cervical.
Upper cervical, yeah, primarily, yeah.
I liked in the audience, when I saw in the audience, and the speaker asked, who does that, and one hand shot up. There were many times you were the only hand shooting up. What separates you and your years of practice from the crowd? Because literally you were standing out in the crowd.
I'm wired differently. I was wired differently as a kid. I was the kid that always asked why. Why?
Me too.
Why?
In class.
It drove my parents nuts, drove my instructors nuts, but it's what drove me to chiropractic.
It drove you there.
Yeah, it's a long story. You know, I know we've talked about stories a little bit. Today's been a theme on stories, but I won't go into that because it's a bit of a long story. But when I had the philosophy of chiropractic explained to me at 15 years of age, I didn't have what I believed I didn't have health concerns. But the concept of an innate intelligence that drove our physiology just resonated with me to the point that I want to explore those, become a patient. I never thought that having a crappy immune system was a health concern because I was sick a lot as a child.
Oh.
Within 6 or 8 months of starting under Gonstead was the technique my first chiropractor used. Under Gonstead care, I haven't had a cold or a flu since.
You haven't had a cold or a flu since?
I'm 63 years old. I've not had a cold or a flu since I was 16 years of age. I don't remember what it's like to go. Actually, I take that back. If you don't count malaria when I was in Thailand,
wow.
I have not had a cold or flu since. And I also kicked malaria in 2 weeks.
That's not normal, right?
That is normal. That is a normal immune response.
Of course it
right?
is.
So the people that live in northern Thailand, Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, the northern, the Golden Triangle area, most of them, when they develop malaria, it's like having the flu.
Oh.
They feel like crap, but they get over it. It's the tourists that have the problem.
How, since you had that calling to chiropractic, they're like, do you choose chiropractic or no? It more like chooses you. It
kind of chose me, yeah.
It kind of chose you.
So I set my entire high school experience to get me into the Chiropractic College in Toronto at CMCC. My chiropractor wanted me to go to Palmer, and I don't know why I gave him such pushback about going to Davenport, because I'd never been there, but I ended up at CMCC in Toronto, doing an undergraduate in human physiology with human biomechanics, graduating with honors. Within a couple months of CMCC, I knew this isn't where I needed to be, and through a number of circumstances, ended up at Life West in the Bay Area.
Terrific.
In 1987, and graduated there in 1991. And the first person I met when I walked on campus is now my wife. That worked out pretty well. The experience at school and being able to be exposed to these various technique approaches and the whole vibe of the institution then, as it is now, I see, helped mold me into the chiropractor I am, and it helped to allow me to differentiate myself from my colleagues. And so in a very short period of time, I was able to build a waiting list practice where I see 6 new patients a month.
Wow.
You know, I'm booking 3-4 months in advance for them to come in for consultation and examination.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a very detailed exam, because I'm doing more of an upper cervical assessment. But the majority of people start under care. If you've explained what you do, how it's of benefit to them, the story you tell determines whether they buy in or don't buy in. Like I bought in 1978 as a 15-year-old boy. I'm all in. And a good chunk of the people that come through my doors are all in. Now, when you get into practice, you're going to find, is this a podcast?
It's both. Yeah,
so if students are watching this, one thing I need you to get straight, not every single person is going to buy into lifetime care. That's just a reality. It hurts a little bit the first 4 or 5 years in practice because you want to help everybody.
Of course.
I wanted to help everybody. Sure. And when someone would get what they wanted and then drop from care, I thought I had failed them somehow. And so coming to grips with that's their choice, I give everybody the same story. The ones it resonates with, proceed forward. The ones it doesn't resonate with, self-select out. And one of the biggest lessons I learned in my early years in practice was being okay, to be able to be okay with that. That's their decision, not mine.
Yeah, I used to teach for 30 years, and I asked my students, I said, can you control what other people do? They go, no. What can you control? And they would say, we can control how we react.
Yeah.
So our reaction is like when we give our body time to react to an adjustment that's well-intentioned, channeling the innate, and what you just gave the advice of you can't get everybody, but what gets that person over the tipping point, have you found? The buy-in, you said?
The buy-in. So I have a very long first visit. It's an hour, a little over an hour.
That is long.
My consultation is primarily telling my story.
Really?
My journey, why I became a chiropractor. I explain what I do, which is basically dealing with chronic fight-flight and the body being in a defense state.
Sure.
I explain how that manifests, and as I go through the different physiological responses, excess muscle tension through the neck, the shoulders, the upper arms, excess muscle tension, lower back, hips, and thighs, increased heart rate, increased blood pressure, increased blood sugar, increased adrenaline levels. You know, great for running away if you're being attacked by a lion, but not good for sleeping at night.
Not at all. Increased
bladder function, decreased bowel function, decreased sex drive. As I'm going through all this stuff, the person sitting across from me is going, oh, that's me. That's me. They've already bought in. At that moment, they go, this guy knows what's wrong with me. But I clarify, it's not what's wrong, it's what's interfering with what's right.
That's such a good way to put it.
My goal is not to treat what's wrong. My goal is to reduce what's interfering with what's right, because the human body has got two basic designs. One, adapt to the demands of your environment, and then two, recover and repair if you become overwhelmed. So if one or both of those is not engaging, we need to ask the question, why not? And you ask me what differentiates me? Nobody else asks that question in my area.
Nobody else asks
that question. No other health practitioner, no other chiropractor, no other medical doctors ask the question, why are you not doing better? They're so busy diagnosing and treating conditions.
And people carry around labels, like they own it.
Yeah, and that's another conversation. You know,
just hold it and they walk around, this is what I am.
My fibromyalgia, my arthritis. Like, you got to stop owning that. Yeah, good, yeah. And by differentiating myself, both in my analysis, as I said, the consultation portion is a half an hour, and I tell my mother's story of recovery. My mom was dying of congestive heart failure, was given 4 years to live.
Really?
I referred her to my first chiropractor through circumstance of small town talk. She opted not to go there. She went to one of my colleagues who meant well. He did no assessment. He did more manipulative procedures with her. She had very advanced degenerative joint damage, ligament instability, and some bone density issues.
Don't do that.
After the adjustment, she went into a whole body spasm and couldn't get out of bed for 3 days. She was in agony for a week and a half. Vowed she'd never go to a chiropractor again. That led me to move home. Was able to convince her to come down and talk to me. Now I'm her firstborn, so that makes me the golden child, so of course she did that. I explained
That's awesome.
what I did. She had no idea what I did. I thought osmotically my mom and dad would know what I do. And I failed them both early in my chiropractic career by not explaining what I do. When I explained to her what I do, she said, it's possible I could be better. She said that. I'm like, it is, Mom. I can't guarantee you, but it's possible.
Yeah, sure.
We move to the assessment. We do a very detailed assessment. We do EMG, thermography, heart rate variability to determine disruption, interference in the nervous system, the fight-flight response.
Right.
We do physical tests to determine, are you in defense? Lack of flexibility, lack of specific muscle strength, because you'll find this, especially with upper cervical work, there's certain muscle groups go into fatigue when there's a subluxation in the upper cervical. And then we do postural x-rays, full spine postural x-rays.
Right.
Are you in the defense posture? Are you leaning to the left or the right and pitching forward? Like a boxer getting ready to duke it out, or a runner getting ready to dash?
You're in that, engaged. Yeah. You're in that.
Everybody's in that. So when I do my x-rays and come over for the report of findings, they're looking for color on the scans. They've already seen their flexibility and strength isn't right. When I slap their x-rays up and say, do you see how that leans to the left or the right? They're like, yeah. And then I apply the adjustment, and it's a muscle strength response in the hip flexors. And when you do the upper cervical adjustment and the hip flexor muscle strength engages, they're like, whoa. And I've got them.
That is the
I've got them because I've just set this whole process up to this moment of buy-in. And when I say, if the muscle strength improves after I've adjusted you, you are going to have a constructive, positive outcome here, and you're going to be a happy, happy camper. And then I adjust them, the leg strength engages, their jaw drops. They're like, holy F, what just happened here? And they've got
True
100%
stories.
buy-in.
Yeah.
And I say, here's your care plan. We're going to reassess you in 12 sessions, and we're going to reassess you every 12 sessions going forward. We rescan them. The scans are usually better. The flexibility is better. The strength's better. We take a second set of films.
And they feel that.
After 24 sessions, the posture's improved almost always. And as we move through care, as they give it time, this is a big thing was touched a bit about today with time.
Yeah.
And this is a thing as a student, it's hard to get your head around. Some of these recoveries, my mom, from when she started care to when she weaned herself off she was on 6 different cardiovascular meds, weaned herself off everything. She was given
6 medicines.
6 medicines. She was on given 4 years to live in 1994. She passed away in summer of 2018.
That's not even close.
24 excellent, vibrant, enjoyable years, and then when her end came, it was like a battery just went over about a 2 or 3 month period, and she expired very quietly, very peacefully with me, holding her hand, kneeling at her feet, looking her right in the eye at the moment of transition and going, I love you, Mom. And she went limp. That's what drives me. That you come back around to why I do what I do.
Yeah.
That's why I do what I do.
You got 20 extra
That
years.
is what I do.
You gave Mom 20 extra years
Yeah.
of quality.
Vibrant, quality life. And my practice is primarily geriatric. 2/3 of the people come through my doors are 65 and older. It's interesting. I've been in practice for 35 years. I'm now almost at that point. I just turned 63 a few weeks back.
What's that point?
I just turned 63 two weeks ago. So
Well, you don't act it. Let's just be clear.
I'm almost in that geriatric age group myself. But it's very fulfilling for me. I wanted to originally have a pediatric practice. My wife's a chiropractor as well, and she has a pediatric practice. She's ICPA certified. The whole line. She's actually one of the very first ICPA diplomats.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool. But I don't know what it is about me. I wasn't attracting the pregnant women, and I was attracting the old farts.
Okay.
You know, and it's a different kind of fulfillment seeing someone, let's say 75, 78, 80, who's pretty much given up on enjoying the final stages of their journey and watching change where comfort levels improve and sleep patterns improve and energy levels improve and digestion improves and they start weaning themselves off pills. My king daddy of weaning drugs is 20 of 21 prescriptions over a 4-year period. He was given 6 months to live when he started care with me, and we got 15. The body has the capacity to recover if you engage it properly and give it time.
And you remove those
And just
interference.
let the innate intelligence that's inherent in all of us do what it's designed to do. There are times when limits of matter have been met.
Sure.
I get that. So I wish I could say every single person that comes through gets off their blood pressure pills. Some don't. Because sometimes the tissue damage is so far gone, it's not going to be that way. But giving people the possibility. I never promise anything. It's like, this is a possibility, this is a potential that but I can guarantee you if that leg strength improves after that first adjustment, you're going to be better on some level.
And then you keep getting
And then we reassess them and reaffirm. A big thing I do, and every time someone comes into my office, I never say, how are you doing today, or how are you feeling?
No.
It's what's changed from the time before. Tell me what's changed.
Do you work gratitude into, I know you have optimism.
Yeah.
That's palpable. I know you're getting it.
Yeah.
You get optimism. Do you show them, do they bring the gratitude? Because you can rewire your brain.
Yeah, quite often though, the gratitude is to me. And I have to rewire that and say,
I'm not your healer.
no.
Remove this.
I'm pushing the buttons. Your body's innate physiology is doing the heavy lifting. If you want to give gratitude somewhere, that's where you give it.
There you go.
Okay, recognize that.
Do they?
Many do.
Many do.
There are some who still just are so hooked into me, especially some of the ones that have had, like the Ross, the retired police officer that weaned himself off 20 of 21 pills. He was extremely religious man,
Okay.
but he still said, no, I appreciate God has given me gifts, but you are why I am here. And I said, that's not true, Ross. And he would not have it any other way. So I'm not going to argue with him. Okay, if that's what you believe, that's what you believe, right? But I can't take on that credit, because if I take that credit, I have to take the blame if something goes south.
Sure.
It's about reducing the interference to let those two things happen. adapt and recover, and then trusting the design is perfect and it knows what to do. We've been given this beautiful gift of a body to live in.
Abso-freaking-lutely. And Dr. Silk, I love how smoothly you delivered it, living up to your name. I hope you all listen to that because this is so authentic. Thank you.
You're very welcome.